Hey, my Taurus and Sagittarius babies, what's going on? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good week. Happy hump day. There you go. So I did Sagittarius and Taurus on the 2nd. Today is the 8th. Or no, wait, what is the day's the 9th? So I'm going to do Taurus and Sagittarius now. I have no earthly idea what that Sagittarius and Taurus reading was about. I did not look at it. I haven't seen it since I put it up. So, you're going to have to piece this together. A lot of times the energy is not the same. Not talking about the same people. Relationships could be talking about a different Taurus Sagittarius or Sagittarius Taurus combination. So, as Grandmama say, eat the fish, eat the bones. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love you so much. If you are not, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you know when I'm here and when I ain't. Private readings, check the information down below. At any rate, Taurus, we're coming from your perspective right now. Doing Taurus and Sagittarius, sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. There's some emotional shit going on as I was flipping through the cards. A lot of cups came up. And I want to say it's not just you, Taurus. Sag is feeling a little emotional too. I think we all are. I looked on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. I swear to God, I don't remember. I don't remember. There's something going on planetarily. Mars has gone retrograde. And so it's just that Pluto is doing something stupid. So it's just making really intense energy right now. Mars is the warrior planet, also known as the fuck it or fight it planet. However that's resonating with you. And so you may see, depending on where things are in your natal chart, you may see your sex life go way to hell through the roof, or you may see it stop altogether. Just depends. With Mars in retrograde, it is not as predictable as Mercury. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Now till October, whenever, just buckle the hell up, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I promise it is. And not in a bad way necessarily, particularly when it comes to pairings with fire signs, because Mars is the fire boogeyman, if you will, in the galaxy. So there are going to be some upheavals and some changes. Just looking at that Ten of Wands, if they're feeling overwhelmed, you may still be feeling that way. Let's get the little cards out and see what they've got to say about the whole thing. So that's the Six of Wands on top of the Knight of Swords. And who was the King and the Queen? King of Wands on top of the Knight of Wands. A lot of fire energy. Yeah, repression. That's exactly how you're feeling right now, Taurus. Kind of like you know something's coming, but you can't, and that's dark. I'm going to try and lighten that up when I edit this. But that's the back end of the Knight of Wands. And repression. That's some of this, what you're feeling. It may be feeling reckless and disruptive. But it's all going to be to the good. I know y'all are like, whatever, lady. You keep saying that shit. And it keeps getting crazier. Yes, it does. But I promise you, at the end of all of this, all of us are probably going to be in better places, particularly where our relationships are concerned, because this energy is not the kind of energy that's going to allow you to sit down and settle for anything other than what you absolutely think you deserve. So for those of you that are wondering why all the upheaval and shakeup and what the hell's going on, it's really to reset a lot of things and realign a lot of energy. So looking at this, Taurus, with your Sag, your overall energy with the Six of Wands sitting on top of the Knight of Swords, it's about your boundaries. And maybe some of you Tauruses are feeling like your boundaries are not clear. But with this 6 on top, in this deck talking about clear intentions, You got, and I think a lot of Tauruses are going through this right now. Our intentions are all over the damn place. I want this. Tomorrow it'll be, I want that. You get to Friday, it'll be, but no, I want this. And so some of us are literally working in opposition with ourselves. That part. Not being real clear. And because this is showing up on a fire card, which I'm going to take to be Sagittarius, if you will, you may not be articulating your boundaries and your intentions clearly to your Sagittarius Taurus. You may be kind of waffling. You may not, again, today I want this, tomorrow I want that. And probably what's going to be a better thing, and I know I keep saying this, and I'm going to have a couple people say, can we do something else besides have a conversation? Well, yeah, you need to have a conversation and probably some ongoing dialogue about how you're changing, Taurus. Everybody is not going through the big drastic internal changes that Taurus is going through, primarily because we have Uranus all up in the clouds watching over us. And so that's what's supposed to happen. We're supposed to change, and we're changing on the inside. A lot of people just dealing with all the stuff on the outside are not getting that total internal change like we are. So you may need to have some ongoing dialogue with your sweetie, also known as the Sagittarius, so that you are not feeling repressed, dear Taurus, and that you're not making your partner feel repressed, and that you aren't doing anything reckless. Because some of you might just be like, fuck it, I can't deal with all this shit. I'm getting a little antsy, and it takes a lot for me to get antsy. I am ready to go. You heard me? I'm sick of this apartment. I'm sick of my job. I'm tired of my truck. I'm sick of all this shit. Can we get going? Can we just get going? I feel you. But a lot of times that energy causes you to just be disruptive and reckless and not pay attention to what's going on. So some ongoing dialogue will help your overall energy get a little more settled. Start talking about clear intentions. Looking at the recent past with Taurus and Sagittarius, with the Two of Pentacles on top of the Ten of Wands, feeling overwhelmed, not being able to persevere, can't make up your mind. What the hell? Who the hell? This is going back to the beginning of the summer, and you may have been just feeling like this about your relationship since May or June. And a lot of you Tauruses have had work interfere in your shit, because now you're not just working a regular 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 kind of job. With the pandemic, a lot of things may have changed. You may have lost your job, may have had your hours cut back, furloughed, go through the whole list, but feeling overwhelmed. Probably most of the summer you've been feeling that way. When you slide over to the King of Cups, that's the Queen, I'm sorry, the back of the Queen of Cups sitting on top of the Knight of Cups, it's a lack of spontaneity. Because, again, on the grind, hours change. Now, instead of going from 8 to 4, you got to go from 6 to 2. And if you want some extra hours, you got to stay till 8. That kind of shit. And just the overall feeling of transition. May have been some hidden things going on in your jobs. All of this plays a part, or played a part, could still be playing a part in your relationship. At the end of your recent past, the Empress with the King of Swords sitting on top, you know that you've got coming prosperity, but just the summer, it's just been repetitive and probably been a bit difficult to keep your cool, rational, intellectual self, Taurus. Just trying to hold it in, keep it down. Again, that feeling of repression. Just not feeling rational, not feeling cool, not feeling collected. If I were looking at him this way, that would be it. Sitting on top of the Empress. And the Empress for Taurus, because a lot of people relate the Empress to Taurus. We're the Empress, the hell, or the Emperor, whichever you are, male or female, whatever you're relating to. That's who we are. The big honcho. And we're usually cool. We have not been that way this summer. We've been frazzled. It's been difficult for us to stay grounded. That has played a part in your relationship, which brings us to the current energy. the heck? Yeah, concrete logical thought, not happening, because we got the back end of this card. Talking about the fruits of your labor, but trying to get back to some concrete logical thought, trying to go slow with any decisions that you're making. So for some of you, it feels like there's been some shifting in houses, moving here, back and forth. Maybe if the two of you don't live together, you've been spending more time at one place, less time at the other. You made a switch that up. Now you're spending more time at the other and less time at your place. However that's resonating. That all that energy is there. And so in the current energy, talking about going slow with the decisions that you need to make and using some logical thought. There's something going on in the background. Let's just throw that part out there. So this is not going to be every Taurus and Sagittarius relationship, but there's something throttling in the background. You Taurus might not be fully aware of what that is yet, but in the meantime, you need to be acting on concrete logical thought and going slow with the decisions that you're trying to make. Your centerpiece and your challenge with your Sagittarius Taurus. The Knight of Cups sitting on top of the Ace of Wands. Delays, low energy, trying to stay balanced, trying to be dedicated, trying to show your partner that you're dedicated. But it is tough. It is very difficult in this energy. That is your focus, should be your focus for the next 3 or 4 weeks. In this deck, the Knight also talks about falling in love. So some of you, it feels like maybe circling back around. Things are settling down a bit in your schedule, and you may be coming back around. Again, setting clear intentions about what you need to happen, where your boundaries are. Some of you, your boundaries have changed up here since the beginning of the year. Obviously with the pandemic, but y'all feel what I'm saying. Some of your boundaries have changed again. That whole feeling of, when you coming over here, we're going to stay over there. And all that back and forth, whoever this is resonating with, is not helping the relationship be grounded, for lack of a better phrase. So, when we get to the Queen of Wands, the back of her, the butt, talking about balance and compromise, and also moving. Some of you, I've been talking about it, shit, some of you may be at a point where you're making a decision that, okay, enough of this back and forth shit, it's time for us to move in together, hence the fresh start. Some of you may be approaching that. It's gonna be what you know, about the awareness, obviously, but the experience in dealing with tricky situations, because there's tricks here. There's tricks. And let me just throw this out there too. There's a little bit of deception at play. We getting there. Hold on. There's a little bit of deception there. Now, in part, and this is really resonating with me for Taurus and Sagittarius that are not cohabitating. Now, it can, if some of this is resonating with you and you live with your Sagittarius, eat the fish, leave the bones. But this is really feeling like a reading for those of you that are together but you don't live together. And so there's things that I think both of you, both Taurus and Sagittarius, are doing on the backside because you don't live together, that the other person is not aware of. Again, coming back to the clear intentions. Taurus, if you want this relationship to be successful, 100, you're going to have to clear up what your intentions are. We are, Tauruses, are in an energy where we're kind of in our shit right now. And so everybody is kind of gravitating towards us. With all the chaos going on in society, you have to remember we are one of the most grounded signs, if not the grounded, the most grounded sign in the zodiac. So with all this shit up in the air, a lot of people are coming back towards us. That could be exes, as in ex-lovers, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. It could be ex-friends, because regardless we still always come with a sense of stability. That's what we do. And so you may need to, because you're changing once again, you may need to clear up some things before you start talking about moving in together and a fresh start. And Sagittarius, if you cross watching, the same for you. You may need to clear up some stuff before you make that decision. We come back here, go slow with decisions. That King of Pentacles, in our own energy. Take your time with doing this before you do something reckless. Jump up and say, okay, we're moving in together. I'm not saying you don't belong together. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is clear up any shit and make sure you're making a decision based on what you want to happen. Clear intentions based on what you want to happen. What you want to be successful. How you want that to look. Don't just be making the decision because you're tired of driving across town, or he's tired of driving across town, or whoever. And it's, y'all should just, for the sake of convenience, oh, I love you, but for the sake of convenience, we should just move in together. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take your time and go slow with that. When we get to the current or the future energy, with the 5 of coins, oh boy, and the 6 of wands. The 6 of wands talks about success, being open-minded, but it also lends itself to misunderstandings and some level of disrespect. So again, we come back up here in the current energy. You may have some stuff going on, and not that you're trying to cheat. Get that, throw that up on the wall. But it's that energy. We got exes and people coming back to us because we're so grounded, and people don't know what to do right now. So then people are looking towards people that at least look like they sort of kind of got it going on. Just saying. Sagittarius might not understand some of that, Taurus. Taurus might not understand some of that, Sagittarius. That's on both sides. So if you're thinking about doing this and moving up a notch, if you will, make sure whatever you got going on hanging out in the wings is cleared up, because you don't want to get into any kind of misunderstandings. You don't want to be disrespectful to each other, and that's where the worry comes in. That's exactly where the worry comes in. I know y'all like, damn, why you telling all of it? I'm not trying to tell nobody else. I'm just saying. And again, your challenge is about staying balanced and not letting situations, when you got a lot of people that you're dealing with, that causes low energy. People can just drain your damn energy because you're dealing with it. Because you're dealing with compartments of things and not life in 360. I'm just saying. We slide over to the Knight of Wands, the back end, on top of the 9 of Swords. That anxiety, that emotional burden, some of you feeling like, how do I want to say this? Some of you feeling just overwhelmed. It's that same energy. With 10 of Wands up here. And the Knight of Wands up here. Reckless and just antsy. And it causing you to be somewhat aggressive, maybe in how you're acting. Again, there's some dialogue that needs to go on. And then we're talking about people leaving the situation. You see that says departures right there. Maybe it's time to, you're going to do this with the Sagittarius. Maybe it's time for some people to start giving us the ass in. Bye. I don't need you here. Goodbye. Thank you. I love you so much. Thanks for coming to visit. Bye. Getting rid of that energy, and that again, that it's sitting underneath the Ace of Wands, that low energy. It may be time. You may have to aggressively tell some folks, love you, bye-bye. Just saying. Obviously, there's blessings here, but you're going to have to really clean up what's going on to get those blessings. Or to at least recognize them. If you got a lot of shit going on with a lot of people calling you and texting you and Facebooking you and messengering you and IGing you and all this other shit, it's going to be difficult. And that may be the piece that's got Sagittarius acting out a bit, because they feel like your attention is divided. Up here, you can put it on work from the recent past, just trying to juggle all the changes, but now you're down here in the worry mode, feeling aggressive. Folks acting aggressive. The energy is aggressive. And that just brings us right on over here to the High Priestess with the Three of Swords. Misery and tension. Misery and tension. And again, it feels like a lot of that is coming from outside sources. Not necessarily from your Sagittarius, but coming from outside sources. Let's clarify this Five of Pentacles and Six of Wands over here, just so we can get a little better understanding about the misunderstandings and disrespect type shit. Let's just take a look, see here. Yeah, okay. Trying to nurture too many damn things. You can just put that upside down. For those of you that can read them upside down. But trying to do too damn much. Again, is that energy, and that's pentacles, those are coins, that's us. Trying to do too damn much. Causing you to worry. And then, of course, they're having a ping pong effect with your relationship with your Sagittarius. Get rid of some of this tension and this misery. And, you know, see, we can talk about, oh, you broke somebody's heart. Not necessarily. Sometimes you can just have so many people up in your business. They don't have to be 20, but you're seeing one person, parentheses, the Sagittarius, and then you got the Leo, the Virgo, and the Capricorn X's just kind of hanging in the wings all of a sudden, calling you. Those are three things right there. Calling you, texting you, hey, boo, how you doing? Heard from you. I miss you, all that bullshit. Not necessarily that you're going to cheat. I keep saying that. But it's just that energy that's around you. And it can just cause you a whole lot of tension and strife. Don't ignore the spiritual. I'm going to take that off of there. Don't ignore the spiritual. Pay attention to your intuition, and, you know, say whatever prayers or mantras that you need to say. Meditate and journal as needed. Whatever you do, you know, if you stand out in the rain or in the sunshine, whatever you do, get some peace. Don't ignore the spiritual. Try to find some balance. Try to stay balanced. Get rid of folks that are draining your energy. For some of you, and I guess I need to go ahead and say this too, some of you in this Taurus Sagittarius pairing, this is definitely heavy energy, talking about moving in together or going to the next level together. And Taurus might be waffling. Again, Taurus is going through a lot of changes. Don't get that part twisted. Taurus might be feeling like, I don't know, maybe not. Whatever it is, like I said, you may need to have some ongoing dialogue about the changes you're going through. And Taurus, don't be so bullheaded. Talk about how you feel. Shit, fuck it. Everybody else is. Get your box of Kleenex and your Pepsi or your Coke and go ahead and talk about it. Tell your other how you feel, what you're going through. If it's safe, let me say that again. If it's safe. Because sometimes talking about exes with a current is not always a safe topic. Only you know that. But if it's safe at some level, say, hey, you know, Joe Doe called me up the other day. That's my ex from 10 years ago. Hadn't heard from him. And he sounded like he might have been, and I'm not interested because I was on my way over here to see you. Well, however, if it's safe, don't start that conversation if it's going to open up a can of worms. You're trying to, that's not the point of this. The point is to try to find release valves, if you will, so you can stay balanced, so you don't have a lot of shit just pent up. Instant feedback. Name your higher self. Be grateful. That's all that dialogue and shit. That is all that dialogue. Instant feedback. Don't let go. Damn it. Clarify your thoughts. Clear intentions equal success. Be selective. Those of you, I'm going to start with the be selective. That's probably going to be the one that's going to piss everybody off. Those of you that are thinking about getting out of your Sagittarius situation, you're tired of riding across town to go see this person and just get on your damn nerves or all that fire bullshit, whatever. Thinking about going back to that Aquarius, that Capricorn, that Aries, that Cancer, whoever. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. Be selective. Be selective. And I'll go a step further. Be selective when you're dealing with that group of folk, of who you let in. So busy trying to drain your damn energy. Be selective. Just because they're ex doesn't mean they got carte blanche on your damn cell phone. Who? That part right there. It's because you an ex don't mean I need to stop what I'm doing to talk to you. Doesn't mean I need to hurry up and do something else because you call, Those of you that are at that crossroads thinking about waffling, and this might resonate with quite a few of you. Don't let go. I think a lot of you have the makings of a good long-term, solid, cohabitating marriage or not marriage, whatever you're doing. But it's got the energy of being a good long-term situation. But dialogue, talking. Don't let go. We did that. Clarify your thoughts. Clear intentions equals success. Instant feedback. Talk to boo-boo. Get some instant feedback. How have I been acting? Have I been acting a fool? And we don't like doing that because we're so fearful of what the hell we're going to hear. And some of us already know what we're going to hear. We don't want to hear anybody else telling us how we already feel. But sometimes it's good to throw, how have I been acting? You may hear something you haven't heard before. So you throw it out there. Have I been acting a total ass? And apologize. Ain't nothing wrong with saying I'm sorry. It's a lot of shit going on right now. Who is not going to understand that? And just ride with me, boo. Come on. Get that instant feedback. Follow your intuition, especially when you're having these conversations. Name your higher self. Where are you trying to go? What you trying to do? What you trying to be? We're talking about Taurus and Sagittarius, but Taurus, this is from your perspective. Is this the direction you, at that crossroads? Is this where you're trying to go? And if it is, why ain't you moving? Name your higher self. When you start claiming your destination, i.e. naming your higher self, a lot easier to get there. I'm just saying, at the end of all of that and any of that, be grateful. Do you know how many people don't have exes calling them 2-3 years later? You don't know. There's a whole bunch of folks who wish one of their ugly, dog-tied, just straight ass exes would call back just to say hello. And they can't get nothing. And you got 5 people trying to text you at the same time. Come on. Be grateful. Be grateful for everything that you have. So many people have so far less. I'm just saying. Taurus, I love you, my babies. I hope you guys have a good week, good weekend. Sagittarius, you too. Love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.